The thrill of travel, wild adventure and big machines. On this episode of Mavericks Unlimited, St. Martin in the Caribbean. The local airport is situated right next to the beach, and the planes here fly over the beach just a few meters above the tourists. Some of them have fun trying to resist the forces created by the aircraft's engines, but that can be pretty dangerous. In addition, an extreme world record attempt, diving to a depth of over 60 meters in icy waters without using breathing apparatus. Will it turn out well? And on patrol with the cops in Miami, drugs and guns are a part of their day-to-day work. Danger is their constant companion. All this now on Mavericks Unlimited. St. Martin in the Caribbean. Turquoise water, palm trees, deserted beaches. A picture-perfect idyll. Here you can relax in the sun and enjoy the view basically anywhere. There's just one exception. Maho Beach, right next to the airport. And this is what it looks like. During a flyover, the noise level at this beach equals that of a large construction site. Somehow, Dream Vacation has a different ring to it. So far, but not so good, as many beachgoers apparently don't realize that large holiday aircraft take off with full thrust a mere 10 meters away. The result? Flying beach paraphernalia and fleeing tourists. While some tourists complain, others come to this beach for just this reason. Plane spotters capture the deafening moment on camera and upload their videos onto the internet. But even for some normal tourists, the scent of kerosene is evidently desirable.
We dream about San Martin, yeah, and we always dream to see this island, just to see the airplane.
Exciting. We can't see anything like it in Europe, so it's dangerous, and it's big planes landing here.
Unbelievable, but true. There are signs on the road. Beachgoers are specifically warned of planes taking off. However, there are no signs for car drivers, even though the power of the turbines is said to have been the cause of broken windscreens. But why the peculiar approach path? We meet the person responsible for its design. Greg Hassel has been working in the tower of the Princess Juliana Airport for 15 years.
Well, the reason they built the airport here is because of the prevailing winds, number one, and the mountains, the ridge of mountains. It was impossible to build it anywhere else. If you really look at it, it's the only flat area on this side of the island. The beach has always been there. On landing and takeoff is the most critical time for aircraft, and you can land short of the runway. Departing aircraft, the jet blast from departing aircraft can have particles, stones, debris. It can injure people. They can overturn their cars. It has happened before on a minor scale, but it has happened.
That sounds unbelievable at first, but is it true that a plane can turn over a car? We put it to the test, an Airbus A320 versus a car. Normally, an aircraft's engine at full thrust can lift a 77-ton Airbus into the air. Wind speeds still reach over 400 kilometers per hour, 20 meters behind the turbine. That's the same speed as inside a tornado of the highest category. For pilots, landing in St. Martin is indeed challenging. You have to make sure you don't touch down too early. There are only a few meters of concrete in front of the ideal touchdown point. At 2,300 meters long, the runway is designed with just enough space, especially for larger planes. The pilots have to veer right immediately after takeoff. If they miss this moment, they'll fly into the mountains. Roger Hodge is a local and has been a pilot for more than 20 years. He knows the airport and the challenging approach as well.
It's always one of those challenges, both on takeoff and landing. Yeah. On the touristic side of it, it has quite a vast impression on everybody. But I see this every day, so yeah, I get used to it after a while.
Aircraft enthusiasts can get information about arriving aeroplanes directly on Maho Beach. The beach bar uses a worn-out surfboard just to display the constantly updated airline timetable. It can also be really dangerous for tourists. Sometimes the force of the plane catapults visitors into the water. That's the reason why planes on St. Martin no longer take off at full thrust. The plane only reaches peak performance after reaching 600 meters.
When the plane takes off, you gotta go to the fence and then hold on to the fence, and then you get blown away. If you stand here, the sand will blow you away and it hurts. But it's better to hold on to the fence. You should try it.
Every day, 10 large planes land and take off from St. Martin with hundreds watching. During takeoff, some particularly brave souls even surf right next to the fence to get even closer to the jet blast. This is considered the highlight of a plane spotter's entire stay. But even that can be taught with a beach umbrella. A trial of strength for the courageous that is also an adrenaline rush. The obvious losers, man and his umbrella. For everyone else, it's very entertaining. Probably the craziest beach in the world is on St. Martin. If you want to relax, you've come to the wrong place. But if you're looking for adrenaline, it's here. Leaving the Caribbean behind us, we head to Lake Weissensee in Austria. Tomorrow, there will be a new extreme world record attempt. Christian Riedel wants to dive to a depth of 61 meters with only a single breath in ice-cold water. Moreover, in complete darkness. To let him know when he's reached the right depth, 2 LEDs have been installed underwater. He can use them for reference. But first, Christian is going to do a dummy run. 4 rescue divers ensure the safety of the dive. It's the final rehearsal for the entire team. A small mistake can have serious consequences. Christian sinks almost 4 meters per second down a cable weighed down with ballast. After 106 seconds, Christian returns to the surface.
Wie tief aber? 56.
A depth of 56 meters. That's just 5 meters less than tomorrow's goal. A successful baptism of fire in the icy water.
Ich spüre meine Finger nicht. Also diese Handschuhe sind ja ganz dünn. Wenn ich das Seil angreife und hochziehe, ist es wie wenn du, ja, da ist überhaupt kein Gefühl drin.
Christian is done for the day. He wants to be fit for tomorrow. The next morning, 4 hours before the world record attempt, the official jury, Evelyn Dvorak and Charlotte Kahn, check the length of the competition cable.
Bei der gelben Markierung 61 Meter.
Perfekt, 61 Meter, punktgenau. Ja.
Passt, wickeln wir wieder auf. Okay.
Everything's in order.
Ja, wir müssen auch den Computer von Christian kontrollieren, dass das tatsächlich ein neuer Computer ist und dass der einzige Tauchgang, der drauf ist, der ist, den er jetzt macht.
Still 90 minutes to go. But Christian is not thinking about the dive computer he's going to wear on his wrist.
Ja, die Nacht war eigentlich ganz gut. Ich habe gut geschlafen, habe durchgeschlafen. In der Früh habe ich ein bisschen ein mulmiges Gefühl gehabt, jetzt noch immer. Weil die Frage ist, funktioniert es oder funktioniert es nicht? Also das kann man vorher ja nicht wirklich testen.
He then withdraws to his caravan. Christian needs absolute silence. His coach, Thomas Czernicek, explains the kind of mental stress Christian faces.
Es ist für einen Laien sehr schwer nachvollziehbar. Man muss sich vorstellen, man steigt durch ein Loch durch und taucht in eine Tiefe, ich sage, wo es ab so 15 bis 20 Meter finster ist, komplett dunkel. Und was da hier noch dazu kommt, ist die Situation der Kälte. Das heißt, man empfindet diese Kälte, man spürt diese Kälte.
Dr. Thomas Soliman measures the water temperature. The dive is going to be a severe shock for Christian's body.
Kurz zusammengefasst ist es so, dass er natürlich alle Zeichen eines Abkühlung haben wird, Zittern, Koordinationsschwierigkeiten, Gelenksteifigkeit.
The jury checks Christian's dive computer one last time. Is everything in order?
Der ist okay, also von unserer Seite kann es jetzt losgehen. Oder Evelyn?
Steht auf 0, alles okay.
Now there's no turning back. Only a few seconds before the start. There's breathless silence at Lake Weissensee. Once again, Christian drops 4 meters per second into the dark, icy, deep water. After just 1 minute, he reaches the 61-meter mark. Now, it's time for the ascent. The record only counts if he reaches the surface fully conscious. Safety diver Jaromir escorts him the last 10 meters.
Komm.
3.
Atmen. Jawohl. Super. Perfekt. Bitte.
3.
Und jetzt auf die Frau.
Atmen.
Christian did it.
Okay, super, 62,3. Gratuliere. Danke.
Exactly 62.2 meters in 1 minute and 51 seconds without breathing apparatus.
Ich kann es ja gar nicht beschreiben jetzt gerade, das Gefühl. Weil vorher hast du natürlich dieses ganze Adrenalin, was aber positiv ist, ja, weil das hilft, das pusht ja, das schafft ja mehr Reserven, aber jetzt irgendwie einfach nichts, ja, also Leere. Einfach nur froh, dass es vorbei ist.
Christian Riedel now holds a total of 8 free diving world records. This one was the most extreme and definitely not the last one the Austrian is going to attempt. From Austria, we continue on to Miami, Florida. 23rd Northeast Street. That's exactly 2 blocks from the city's most dangerous gang neighborhood. Officer TJ's shift begins. Over town, Miami's most dangerous neighborhood. Shots are fired here every day, and drugs are sold on virtually every corner.
Joe, is everything good here? All right, brother. Well, I started at the age of 19. It was through progression. I started being a police officer at the age of 21. At 19, I was a correctional officer working in a state prison. I worked at BSO, Broward Sheriff's Office, as a correctional deputy working in the jail. By the time I was 21, I became a police officer for the city of Miami. What we do is basically look to see some kind of infraction. If they look suspicious, basically we'll stop and contact them, ask them if they have identification, and if they don't, we'll basically interview them and ask them what's their purpose in the area. How you doing? Hold on real quick. By any chance you have your ID with you? Where are you coming from?
I was just coming from a friend's house over on 20th.
What's exciting about my job in Miami is the excitement, the adrenaline rush, the possibility of something going wrong, and that you can solve the problem for many people. And it feels great to know that you can help people.
A normal drug problem, but shortly after he drives off, there's a dispatch from headquarters.
What happened, TJ? Right now, this person was inside a green pickup truck, and he was armed with a firearm, and he was waving at people. The unit.
The person's description, Hispanic, male.
The vehicle's out of the area. We told all the other officers to canvass around the area. There's enough units here now to search around the area for this vehicle.
TJ starts his search. This is where everything has just happened. This is where someone just threatened someone else with a gun.
todos. Allá en tu cuarto te voy a matar ahorita, hijo de puta. Si me llamas la policía, en tu cuarto te voy a matar. Él tiene una 380 y tiene una caja de tiro así.
¿Tú conoces a persona?
Es mi cuñado, él es mi esposa, es la hermana de él. Y él le prohibió la corte que tiene prohibido manejar. Ya estoy suspendido, pero él tiene un 380 y tiene una caja de tiro así.
¿Ahora?
Yo una 30 y la 449.
La dirección directamente donde vive.
Ya estoy cansado.
449 Northeast 30th Terrace is where he lives. And C. He said this is where the guy lives in the middle apartment. He said he might be going to his house. He said he don't know where he might be hanging out at.
TJ and his colleagues discuss how they're going to proceed with their search for the armed suspects. Once they divide the streets between them, they continue with their search.
That's not the SUV that he was in. It's supposed to be a green pickup truck or SUV, Chevy or GMC.
Then he gets new information from a colleague.
What do you say? Get more information now?
3920. I think my unit picked up the vehicle around either the Federal.
Driving through the evening rush hour at almost 100 kilometers an hour, they head to the location of the car. TJ has to get there fast. A few colleagues are already there, and indeed, it's the man they've been looking for. They've even found a gun inside the vehicle. He'll get 3 to 5 years, and that's because he threatened his brother-in-law because of a bottle of beer.
I didn't even do anything. Why am I gonna be sent to jail?
The man is taken away, but doesn't really understand what's going on.
I'm gonna get put in jail for what? I haven't even done nothing. Officer, did you catch me doing something?
It's nighttime in Miami, and the darkness means it's getting dangerous.
Right now, we had an officer asking for emergency help, and he does not.
But this colleague is not responding anymore. That means no one knows what's happened to the officer. But en route, another case comes in.
In 1958.
Do me a favor, before you put your license on, put your hands on the car. You got anything, weapons on you? Put your hands on the car. Don't put it, put your hands on the car. Just back up. Spread your legs out. Papa, spread your legs out. Listen. Okay, but you know what? When I'm asking you to do something and you're not doing it, we're gonna make sure you do it and you comply. You understand? Do me a favor, put them in handcuffs real quick. For your safety and ours, we're gonna basically have you make sure that you don't do anything violent.
And once again, it's about drugs. In this neighborhood, this is part of everyday life. They now inspect everything. The cops search the car for drugs and weapons. While TJ keeps the suspect in check, his colleague starts to search the car. He finds something in this brown paper bag. Three small bags with cartridges. In Florida, it's legal to own ammunition, but these men are on probation, which forbids them from having any contact with weapons or weapon-related accessories whatsoever.
His attitude is the reason why he's in the backseat of the police car. Basically, when an officer asks him to do something and he's basically not complying, we're gonna make you comply. We asked him to put his hands on top of the car, and he refused. We not knowing if he had a weapon or not on him, and his little bit of an aggression, tension, basically, we put him on the vehicle, and we're gonna be a little bit, I won't say rough, but we're gonna make sure that he complies for our safety. In the last 2 weeks, we had 4 officers get involved in shootings, and on my watch, I'm not gonna have another one happen. So we didn't know he had a weapon or not. You know, it's not illegal to have bullets. It's not illegal to have a firearm. But to ensure our safety, we're going to make sure that he doesn't have it on him.
Violation of probation means at least 1 night behind bars.
You see my officers that rode by here, they constantly are moving. I have stationary officers and also roving officers.
Okay.
Do me a favor, just stay over there in that area, just make sure that something was occurring. I guess that they thought people were going to leave out of here. That's what it was.
The officers are still on the lookout for dealers who often hide in bushes between the houses.
We're going to check these houses here to make sure there's nothing going on. Do you mind hitting that right alley light for me?
Right alley? Okay.
Yes. We'll just look over to the right and make sure nothing's going on in these houses.
Tonight, TJ finds no one. Instead, they receive another emergency call. But an alleged shooting turns out to be a false alarm.
The reason for that sometimes is that we're in an area where they don't want the police at, so they end up telling us there's someone shot somewhere else to get us out of the area. And so since the fact of the matter is that they called us someone shot, we have to leave in emergency mode to make sure that there's no one shot. So there's a tricks that people play and we have to respond to. So just to get us out of areas so they can do other things in that area. So
there's yet another dispatch, an armed robbery only 2 blocks away.
This is the undercover one, yeah?
Yeah, that's our lieutenant actually in an unmarked vehicle.
Why do you switch it off?
Because we're close to where it's at and we're looking for a suspect. We don't want to alert him that we're coming into the area. Maybe we're looking for someone.
Police cars are everywhere, controlling every corner, and the victim is found quickly.
Trey, this woman, this guy putting my gun in my friend, in my face, something like that. Only, this is bullshit. 20 bucks, they putting my gun in my face. That's the point. I don't care.
Hey, relax.
No way for that shit. I drunk.
The mugging took place just 10 minutes ago. The perpetrators fled on foot and are therefore still in the vicinity. 4 officers with their weapons drawn have run into a building. They believe that one of the muggers, the one who's armed, is hiding there.
Go outside, 2 people, it's black guys.
Yeah.
We get talking to me, they put the guns in my face. What do you want to do? Nothing, I get give me my money.
Did it ever happen before?
No, this is the first time I got to do it for me.
And they put the gun directly on your face. Try to have a good evening, okay?
The problem is
yeah, try to get down, relax a little bit.
And there's already another incident. Once again, shots have been fired somewhere else. The situation is tense.
What's going on?
Right now, they said that someone was shot, and it was shot on this corner, but we're not sure. We're getting several calls. Some male was shot, but we don't know, so we're checking this corner. This is clear. We're gonna go to the next block and make sure that this area is clear also.
Every officer has drawn their weapon. The car is searched. The driver must have left the car. The tension is palpable. No one knows if the man is still carrying a gun.
Possibly there's a car that they said there's a white Impala that left the scene.
Yeah.
And this car turned the corner when we were coming in. They stopped this vehicle. We're going to check it out, make sure he's not the offender that shot at the victim over here.
3 colleagues searched the car, and once again there are a number of officers at the scene. Although the officers don't find a gun during the search, they do find drugs.
Oh, he's being arrested right now with possession of ecstasy, which is MDMA, and he has also possession of marijuana. He's been drinking in the vehicle. You can smell the alcohol in his breath, and he has also a suspended license. So he's going to jail.
You got a license? Your name Richard? No. What's your name? Patrick? You don't have no license?
The adrenaline pumping, and you're nervous, excited, everything. It's at the same time. It's just different, hard to explain. It's just, you know, you're worried about the safety of everyone. You're worried about what might happen. It's just a full adrenaline rush.
Pointing with a gun at someone?
You're trying not to play God with someone. That's basically, you hope that they comply, that you're not gonna have to shoot someone, that they don't come out with a weapon or anything like that. He didn't have the weapon or anything in the car, so pretty much everything came out okay, successful.
After a 10-hour shift, it begins to rain.
Rain means crime goes down, and it's into our shift right now.
Time to go home. Mavericks Unlimited.